It is already the 1st of July and I still haven't done my TBR video. So, welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. Let's go! Yes, hello and welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I am of course Mr. Francy and I'm truly honoured that you've once again chosen to join me today as I go through my July TBR. Now, I know I'm late. I get that because normally I like to film my July TBR, film my TBRs at the end of the prior month, but I was holding out waiting for all the physical books to get here and they're not all here yet, and now we're out of time, so this is going to be a mixed media presentation where I show you the physical books of what I do have and put images up on the screen of what I don't have. My TBR is way too long, so I am going to borrow a term that some of the lovely people on my Discord have been using by calling this TBR my pile of possibilities. I will get to what I get to and not get to what I don't get to. Alright, let's begin. We're going to start with my SAS list section. For those of you who do not know, SAS stands for Serious About Series. It was created, the term was, by Elizabeth from booktube channel Lizzie Faye Loves Books, where you create a list of series that you want to start, continue on with, or finish by the end of the year. And I have a number of them. I'm just having a look. I have 7. Currently. Am I working on all of them? No, I have 6 that I'm currently working on. 5 that I'm currently working on, and 1 that I'm starting, I think, next month. But anyway, actually, we have a big announcement to make before I show you what I am reading. One moment. Okay, so here's this quick announcement. Just so you all know, I have the next book in a series that I've decided to DNF. The Inn at Holiday Bay. This is Pilgrim in the Parlour. I have it. It's ready to go. But I'm sorry, the series is no longer for me. So I'm not going to read that. And I've replaced that 1 book, which is a novella, with 3 books because Mr. Francy's a little nutty. But the first book that I plan to read in the month of July, as I say, part of my SAS list, is book number 19 in the Coffee House mystery series by Cleo Coyle, Honey Roasted. I have my bookmarks in there. I have not started reading it yet, but they're ready to go. I'm going to start reading it today. And this feels like coming full circle. When I first was motivated to begin this series, this being book number 19, this was the latest release that had come out that inspired me to read this series. So now having Honey Roasted on me, it's like, oh wow, that takes me back. You are literally the reason I started the series. So I hope it's going to be a good one. The basic setup for this series is that we follow Claire Cosi, her ex-husband Matteo, and his mother, Claire's ex-mother-in-law, Madame, who in their own way run a coffee shop in, coffee house. Coffee house in New York. I love this series. I don't love every single book in the series, but with this being the 19th one, there are going to be some that I enjoy less than others. But at the moment, I'm enjoying myself on the whole with the series, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting on to this one. So that's the first one. Just a quick thank you and shout out to everyone who says you can still understand me. For those of you who weren't aware, long story short, I was born with a congenital tooth disorder known as ameliogenesis imperfecta. Because of this, I need to have all of my teeth extracted. I'm waiting to get dentures. So in case you're wondering, why is he so gummy? That's why. And y'all have been so nice that I've been able to keep filming even though I have no teeth in my mouth. That says so much to me. That's because of all your support. So thank you. I'm glad you can understand me. And let's keep going. The next book that I plan to read on my SAS list is book number 8 in the Country Store mystery series by Maddie Day, which is called Candy Slain Murder. And you know what? This reminds me the cover of book 1. So this is book 8. This is book 1. They look very similar. I mean, it just reminds me of it. But anyway, the basic setup for this series is that we follow Robbie Jordan, who runs a part country store, part diner, part B&B in Southlake in Indiana. And even though Robbie Jordan is like 27, 28, somewhere around there, I listened to the series on audiobook, and the narrator makes her sound like she's 90, which I love because I love my senior sleuths. So in my headcanon, she is 90. I won't hear another word about it. She's 90. And I absolutely love my octogenarian protagonist, Robbie Jordan. Yes? Oh, gosh, yes, it's Robbie Jordan. I always get the surname confused. I need to give a shout out to the drag queen Robbie Turner, okay? Because you used to keep saying her name was Robbie Turner. I was like, no, wait, that's the drag queen. This is Robbie Jordan. I am looking forward to getting onto this one. Robbie Jordan is the kindest protagonist I've ever met, and all of these books in the series have been very cozy. The reveals have felt very gritty to me, but if you're looking for an extremely cozy mystery up until the reveal, I highly recommend this one. And if you don't mind the narrator making the main character sound like she's 90, which, as I say, works for me, then try it on audio. The next book that I plan to read is going to be the last time that I read only one book in this series per month, because starting in August, I'm reading 2. And that is book number 6 in the Magical Cats Cozy Mystery series by Sophie Kelly, A Midwinter's Tale. And let me tell you, I am so happy that I'm finally on this book, because I have been listening to this series through Audible, and this is the last book I need to listen to on Audible. After this one, I can listen on other services, and that makes me very happy, because if you use Audible as much as I do, you know how expensive it is. So there are other audio services that I use that don't cost money, and they didn't have the first 8 books in the series, but they have from book 9 onwards. So yay, let's get through this one, and then I no longer have to pay for this book. But I have to pay for the physical, but not the audio. In this series, we follow Kathleen Paulson. We follow Kathleen Paulson, whose name is very easy for me to forget because I don't feel like the series is about her. She is a librarian, but that's also not the point of the series. Kathleen has adopted 2 cats, Hercules and Owen, both of which have magical abilities, and the series very much focuses on them. Hercules is very much a diva, where, Hercules is a diva. Owen is more of like a scrappy kind of cat. But they're both absolutely fantastic. What can be more cozy than following cats? I mean, we don't follow their perspective, but the theme for each book in this series is what's going on with the cats. So it's absolutely fantastic. My dear friend Jane over on the Discord recommended this to me, this series. Thank you, Jane. I love it so much and can't wait to get on to book number 6. The next book that I plan to read, also on my SAS list, is book number 5 in the Salem B&B Cozy Mystery series, which is called Mrs. Morris and the Vampire, and it's by Tracy Wilton. The basic setup of this series is that we follow Charlene Morris, who was married. Unfortunately, her husband has passed away, but that's why we have Mrs. Morris on the title. She has purchased a B&B? Yes, a B&B in Salem, Massachusetts. And along with the house came a ghost. Someone died at the B&B, and in book 1 we're trying to work out what's going on and why they died. And moving forward, the ghost remains, which I love, and his name is Jack. So I love my time with Charlene and Jack, and yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun. The cat on the cover, who looks very diva-ish there, by the way, its name is Silver. And I think we also have a dog, Molly, if I remember correctly. No, we don't. That's in at Holiday Bay. I'm confusing my animals. But anyway, I love this series. It is paranormal, but not too paranormal, which is definitely what I want with my cozy mystery. So looking forward to this one. And now we're going to talk about 2 of the 3 books that are replacing the 1 novella for In Holiday Bay. I read book number 1 in both of these 2 books series in the month of June, and I needed more. there was no option for me to go, that's okay, we'll put on the 2026 TBR. No, I don't think so. I need book 2 in both of them, and I need them right now. So, the next book that I plan to read is not on my SAS list, but I'm reading it in the SAS section because I need to just get back to it right away and not wait to get through all my A to Z bingo board stuff. So, the next book on my TBR is book number 2 in the S.C. Cobb Senior Sleuth Cozy Mystery Series by Patricia Rockwell. Forgive me, I don't know how to say this. I'm going to say it's called Papoosed. Is that it? Papoosed? Apparently a papoose is the carrier that a baby goes in that you strap around your arms and walk with the baby. So yeah, I did not know that. Oh, there's a baby! I've had this book for a week and didn't even notice the baby on the cover. Okay. I was chatting with Mama Francy about this recently, going, I have no idea what papoosed is, and finally looked it up and went, oh, it's the baby carrier thingy. Okay. Anyway, so in this series, we follow 4 elderly senior sleuths, who very much remind me of if the Golden Girls were put into a retirement village, say a couple of years after the Golden Girls series ended. And I mean all of them. Our main character, to me, what's her name again? Essie. Yeah, in the series title, Essie. Okay, our main character, Essie, reminds me of what Blanche would be. So yeah, literally we're following Blanche, much older in a retirement home. And then she has her friends, which are Marjorie, who feels like Rose, Opal, who feels like Dorothy, and Faye, who feels like Sophia, but I mean, Sophia was already very elderly in the series, so imagine her now. I loved book 1. I did not like the reveal. The reveal was a massive letdown, and I couldn't give it 5 stars purely because of the reveal. It really wasn't good at all. But the rest of the book was so amazing, I had to move on to book 2, and I gotta do it now! Not next month, not next year, not the year after, now! The next book that I am reading is an S.C. Cobb Senior Sleuth Mystery Series by Patricia Rockwell's book number 2, Papoosed. Speaking of needing to read now, the next book that I'm going to talk about, we're going to put up on the screen because I don't have this one yet. I haven't ordered it yet, but I will be ordering it in a couple of days, and it shouldn't take too much longer to get here once I have ordered it. So here we go. It is book number 2 in the Mysteries of Max Cozy Mystery Series, and it is called Perfectly Deadly. So I read, the other one. Perfect Murder, The Mysteries of Max book number 1 in June, and I gave it 5 stars. All I'll tell you is that we follow the perspective of the cat, whose name is Max, and Max is the sleuth in this series. So we follow Max. Max has a friend whose name I think is Doozy, something like that. And I'm going off memory here because I clearly don't have the book on me. They have a female friend, Harriet. So Max lives with a woman. This woman's grandparents live next door, and they look after Doozy and Harriet. But a new cop came to town in book 1. And his cat, whose name is... Oh, I know I wrote this somewhere. I think it's Brutus. Yes. A new cop has come to town. His cat is a black cat whose name is Brutus. And Brutus believes that because my human is a cop, that makes me the law of all the cats. And Max doesn't like that. I feel like this is going to be a theme that carries through as we continue throughout the series. But yeah, I really loved book number 1. I just thought it was so creative. What a great idea to follow cats. And rather than having a human that we follow whose pet is this name, we instead follow Max the cat, whose human is Odelia. So, yeah. Anyway, I love book 1. I need to get on to book number 2. Cannot wait. Next up, we're going to talk about my A to Z bingo board. For those of you who don't know, I have a bingo board that has one series attached to each letter of the English-speaking alphabet. In order to cross that prompt off, I need to read the first 2 books in the series assigned to that letter. So, in July, I am going to read book number 2 in my I series, which is the beloved Bookroom series by Dorothy St. James, which is called A Perfect Bind. I really loved reading book number 1 because it was very rebellious. We had this guy who wanted to take all of the physical books into a landfill, and replace everything as being digital. And our protagonist, whose name is True Beckett, I'm not good with character names, I'm just not. True Beckett decides that, well, she doesn't want to stand for that, so she basically creates a secret book room where the physical books can still be, and I just had an absolute blast with it. So I'm looking forward to getting on to book number 2. And this will help me to cross the I prompt off of my A to Z bingo board. Speaking of prompts that will help me to cross off, books that will help me to cross off a prompt on my A to Z bingo board, next up is my H, or H if you prefer, series. I loved book number 1 so much that I had been displaying it. And now, I don't know where it is. Oh, yes I do. It's down there. Actually, it's right there, that big book that's picking up, it's blue. But I had been displaying it outwardly facing for a very long time. So go back to previous videos and you'll see that it was outwardly facing. It is, that was book number 1 in the Sunny Side Up Cozy Mystery series. I'm now going to read book number 2 and then cross this prompt off my SAS list. It's by Rosie A. Point. Book number 2 is called Muffin But Murder. Book number 1 was like a murder over easy or something like that. It had an egg on the cover. This one has muffins. I loved book number 1. The writing style was very simplistic to read, but the plot of the story was very entertaining. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how things continue on with book number 2. The first A to Z bingo board book that I plan to read in the month of July, where I start with book number 1, is my L prompt, which is, first book in a new series for me. It is book number 1 in the, where are we? Here we go. Deep Dish Cozy Mystery Series by Mindy Quigley, which is called 6 Feet Deep Dish. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. I love my culinary cozies. I'm going to go in blind, see what I think, but a lot of people who have read this think that I will love it, and I think so too, and based on the cover, how could I know? We have a pretty meow, we have food. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I can't wait to give this a go. The final A to Z book that I plan to read that's going to help me cross off a prompt will be my K series, which is going to be potentially upgraded to my SAS list, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Which is the year-round Christmas Cozy Mystery Series by Vicky Delaney. I read book number 1 in June, so book 2 will help me to cross that off my A to Z bingo board, which is called We Wish You a Murderous Christmas. Now, I gotta be real, I struggled with book number 1. I believe I gave it 3 stars. I thought it would be more appealing than it actually was for me. So we follow our main character, whose name is Mary, and that is M-E-R-R-Y, which she tells everyone. It's not M-A-R-Y, it's M-E-R-R-Y. I am so smart. S-M-R-T. Simpsons quote, moving on. So anyway, so this is a cozy mystery that's set in Rudolph, I believe in New York, but anyway, that's in Rudolph is the name of the town. And they celebrate Christmas all year round, as the series title, A Year-Round Christmas Mystery Series kind of, implies. But yeah, I really didn't enjoy book 1. I thought I would, and I had a lot of FOMO for years before finally picking up book 1 in June, and then it just, it didn't meet my expectations, unfortunately. So I'm going to read book 2 to at least cross it off of my A to Z bingo board. I have put it on my SAS list, but I might take it off my SAS list if book number 2 doesn't work for me, because clearly I have so many other cozies that I want to get to that I can afford to say, I won't keep going with this one. But anyway, we'll see. if Vicky Delaney can turn things around for me and make this a book that I love, then of course I will continue on with the series, but if not, I will DNF. The next book that I plan to read is one that y'all, I'm sure, are very excited to see me read, and I'm so excited because y'all are so excited. Every time I tell people I'm planning to start this series, I get the same response and reaction every time. Yay! This series is amazing! You're gonna love it, Mr. Francy! It's so good! Oh my gosh, yay! You're finally starting it! Yes, I finally am! It is my M prompt on my H to Z Cozy Mystery Bingo board. It is the Cajun Country Cozy Mystery series by Ellen Byron called Plantation Shutters. We have the book. It's right here. As you can see, I have it on me, and I'm gonna finally start it. I know nothing about this series at all, let alone not knowing the character name, who the dog is on the cover. I don't know the theme. I don't know the plot. I know nothing. Don't know the premise. I don't need to know, because you all are so excited that I'm reading this book that I can't wait to just discuss it with all of you. So, this is book 1. To cross off this prompt, I will, of course, need to read book 2 as well. But, yeah. I am very excited. And if I don't like it, I blame y'all. No, I'm kidding. I'm very excited to read it and then discuss my thoughts with all of you, because y'all seem to be coming back to me saying this is an amazing series that I'm missing out on. So I'm looking forward to it. The final physical book that I have on me is my final A to Z bingo board prompt, which is prompt number X. I normally wouldn't go this far in advance of my A to Z bingo board, but this was actually purchased for me by my sister as a birthday present in May. So yay, it just so happened it was on my A to Z bingo board, so I might as well read it this month. And that is the A Killer Coffee Mystery series by Tonya Capes. Book number 1 is called Scene of the Grind. Now, if you can see those books, oh golly, grab my pen. Those books there. Not those ones, not Christmas Tree Farm, but the ones under them. All those books all the way across there. They are the Camper and Criminals Cozy Mystery series, which I'm, I think, 3 books behind now, but I read all the others. That was also by Tonya Capes. I wanted to see how Tonya Capes would do with a coffee, what is it called? A killer coffee mystery, with a coffee shop mystery series. So I am very excited to go into this one. Thank you to my sister for purchasing the book for me, because I'm starting it a whole lot earlier than I planned to. But still, I am very, very excited to get on to this one. And now for everyone's second favourite game that we like to call Let's Put the Books Up on the Screen, because they're not here yet. I either haven't ordered them or they just haven't arrived, so here we go. These are 3 spare books that I plan to read. The first of which is book number 2 in the... Oh, sorry, I'm confusing myself. Okay, apologies, let's keep going. That book is book number 2 in the A Case for the Master Sleuths. That is a really tough series title to say with no teeth. So let's try that again for fun. Book number 2 in the A Case for the Master Sleuths Cozy Mystery series by Alex Wagner, and it is called Never Blame the Gardener. Okay, I read book number 1, which I'm trying to remember what even book number 1 was called, Cats and Other Calamities, in June, and I absolutely loved it. So, with the Mysteries of Max, as you know, we follow a cat. With the Case of the Master Sleuths, we follow this dog, an Alaska Malamute, and in book number 1, the Alaska Malamutes human ends up with a small white kitten, and because the kitten's owner was the victim in book number 1, so just a moment. Alright, this is hard to explain. So, the dog's name is Athos, and so we follow Athos, the Alaska Malamute. Athos's human went to a retreat or resort or something like that to do some self-help thing. One of the other people at that self-help thing, she had a kitten. She unfortunately was the victim. The kitten had nowhere to go, so the kitten ends up being taken in by Athos's human. And the pair of them end up getting along really, really well. For a pint-sized little kitten, there's more to the kitten whose name I forgot, Pearl. There's more to Pearl, the kitten, than meets the eye. And yeah, we have Athos and Pearl solving that first mystery, and then by the end of the book, Pearl ends up being able to stay with Athos and Athos's humans. So we're going to see more with Athos and Pearl trying to solve cozies. Book number 1 was absolutely fantastic, that I needed to read book number 2. So this is the 3rd book, which is funny because there were 4 books I'm reading book 2 of that I replaced the one in Holiday Babes. Anyway, really looking forward to this one. Alright, the next one that I'm going to read, I kind of put an embargo on myself after this one because I went, even if I like the next book that I read, I cannot add book 2 to July's TBR because we have way too many already. But I really loved this cozy series. It is now, I said it wrong in my June TBR. I do apologize. It is not called a Tuscan Valley. It is a Tucson Valley Retirement Community Center Cozy Mystery Series. Book number 2 is called Dying for Wine. I read Dying to Go, Nothing to Gush About, and this is Dying for Wine, seeing red. I read Dying to Go in June, and oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved the main character. I loved the love interest. I loved that the love interest was not a cop. The love interest is like a landscaper or something. They also do gardening and stuff like that. So that was just fantastic. I love that we have a younger person compared to your average age for the retirement village being there as our amateur sleuth. And yeah, I just really, really enjoyed it. I laughed so many times reading book number 1. Marcy Blessy, thank you so very much. So cannot wait to get on to reading book number 2. The final book that I plan to read in the month of July, again, my list of possibilities, is a book that I do plan to buddy read with Mama Francy. So yeah, we'll see. If I don't get to it, then I'll need to carry it over to August. But anyway, the title has me really intrigued. It is book number 1 in the, oh my goodness me, a Mahalia Watkins Soul Food Mystery Series by A.L. Herbert. Book number 1 is called Murder with Fried Chicken and Waffles. And can I just say, the cover, the title, the series title, yes, I'm ready to go. Can we, start this already? I don't have the book, and I'm waiting this book. I ordered it. It's taking forever to get to me. I don't know why. But anyway, I cannot wait to read this one. Soul food, cozy mystery, yes. Fried chicken, waffles, yes, I'm so totally down. Please tell me it's culinary and not just that we do a little culinary on page 1 and nothing else. Please tell me it's overly culinary with soul food and soul food cooking. I will be so happy. It sounds like it's right up my alley. And now for everyone's favourite game that we like to call Please Don't Bury Mr. Francy Alive, otherwise entitled Up. These are most of the books, but not all, that I plan to read in the month of July 2025. And let's once again reiterate my list of possibilities, because if I don't get to them all, it's totally fine. How in the world I DNF'd one series and took out one book, from my July TBR and added 4. I'll never know. Here's one little tiny novella that is seriously, I mean, we gotta laugh, right? Gotta take the laughing opportunities when they arise. This book is 201 pages long. I DNS'd, did not start this book, and replaced it with 3 books, all of which are longer than the first one. No, 4 books, all of which are longer than this one book. Wish me luck. What books do you plan to read in the month of July? Can you believe we're already over halfway through the year? I certainly cannot. I'm going to let you all go. Peace, blessings, and so much love. My monthly wrap part 2 is coming up. I just need to rest my voice a bit because when I talk for a while, I just need to rest. So give me a couple of days and then I'll get part 2 of my June monthly wrap up. But in the meantime, letting you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Thank you on a serious note to all of you that allow me to continue to do what I do without teeth in a very safe space. I really, really, really appreciate that because I thought I would have had to have had this channel go dark and I don't need to have it go dark. So thank you. You all are amazing for letting me keep going, keep doing this, and feel safe while doing it. Please be kind, love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. Yeah! And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone!